This is my final match in Washed Up League, and I should be guaranteed top 3 in the group, which top 4 gets to go to the playoff. And the 2 people I lost to in my group are also top 3. And it's possible that the top 4 is all human except for me as Elf. So I guess I need to practice Elf versus human more. So here, I'm just doing my standard opening. I didn't really practice much in between this match and my previous match. I mostly practiced something on Last Refuge, which I actually used later in this series, but otherwise didn't do much playing or practice of any sort.
I stand ready.
So seems standard so far.
Our warriors have
I saw this footman coming here, so I was thinking maybe he was going to the lab, but I think he was just going to send that across to me, maybe. No, he's just putting me here. He might have originally been wanting to scout across. I was actually waiting to choose my skill. Like, see, I don't have treants yet, because I was thinking he might have a footman coming, but he never actually scouted. So pretty calm start. I got 2 wisps here for expansion detonates, and then this for the lab. Looks like he's going to go do crabs. He's probably about to tech.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, he's gonna return wood and tech right now. And he'll get level 2 off here. I will also get level 2, so it's fine for me. Especially because he's nowhere near his expansion now, so I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, he does start his tech. 3 farms. Quite a lot of peasants. Oh, he's doing a creep with just militia. He has like 9 peasants on wood, so he can afford doing stuff like that. And then he creeps this on the side, which is pretty good for him. I probably needed to reposition this wisp to like here, so that I could see him if he walks over. Because if I had known he was over here, I could have tried harassing him a bit. Instead, I'm like kind of trying to be in position to harass the expansion, but he doesn't actually expand. So yeah, I'm like, oh, where is he? And once I see he's not expansion or here, I kind of assume he's on my side of the map. However, since he's level 3 already, it's a bit awkward actually.
I stand ready.
I think I do see him with something soon. Or no, he actually backtracks because he knows I'm at his base. I think here, he could have actually harassed my base, and that would have been pretty tough. Because he would have got this well cancel, and then I'm kind of just stuck with what I have. I kind of make a mistake here though too. If I didn't make this mistake coming up with treants, I would have been in much better shape. See, on my screen, like this tree still exists, I think. But obviously it had been chopped down, and when I see the peasant here, I probably could have figured that out. So I only get 1 treant, which is really awkward. I could have had 2. However, if I had done treants like this, it would have been really awkward if this tree here was still up Because then I just would have had like 2 treants blocked off here doing nothing, right? I think the play was to actually either get vision of this first or just 2 treants on the other side. Okay. And so he decides to come back.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Which I'm actually fine with, because then he's not hitting my base. And he doesn't actually kill any archers either, whereas I kill like, what, 3 peasants so far, and he still has like 3 weak ones.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Annoying.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, I got 4 peasants, 5 peasants,
Your building is complete.
6 peasants,
Upgrade finished.
and then I couldn't actually see this one on my screen, I think.
Goddess, light my path.
Yeah, 5 peasants, and I think this one dies too. But I think he denied it. I got like 6 peasant kills, which is huge. Like, I should be in commandy position, right? Theoretically. 4 archers and a hunt. He just has 6 footmen. But Wand of Illusion. Honestly, the
I stand ready.
problem coming up was that I didn't get my second hero fast enough. He started hitting this archer. I should have had a wisp here already, rather than having to bring the archer. And then my army kind of walked into my base poorly.
I stand ready.
Yeah, then for me, I went Naga, which I think's okay, but it probably would have been better to just go like Panda or Tinker. I think Naga didn't serve good enough purpose. And then I just lost my stuff too early. My wisps, I don't know why it grabbed 4 instead of 3. I don't know why it grabbed this one now. And like not that one. And then I don't know why it grabbed an archer with them one of the times too.
Our champion
You saw that? It was just like a big mess where it wouldn't grab the right stuff at the right time. My detonates also ended up like kind of missing the illusions, not hitting the water elementals and stuff. It was just terrible. I didn't hit level 3 fast enough. My goal should have been to get a quick kill on a footman for level 3 and then get like level 2 treants. I don't even think I chose level 2 treants though at this point because I had too little mana. And yeah, I think my biggest mistake, apart from all these little mistakes, was that I teched tier 3 after killing 6 peasants on his wood. It would have been much better for me to just stay tier 2, get up a lot of units, and expand. Primarily the part where I get up a bunch of units first, because that not only secures the expansion, but prevents this type of stuff from happening. Instead, I just couldn't deal with the footman, and I couldn't deal with the level 3 archmage. I also lost like all my wisps. I had like 3 wisps left, but they were scattered on the
Our
map,
warriors have engaged the enemy.
and my moonwells were dying.
Goddess, light my path. Upgrade.
It's actually how amazing a level 3 archmage plus a Naga can do against an elf army early. Like if you don't have level 3 hero as elf by now. This push is just extremely hard, actually. But I don't really know how I should have got level 3, really. Apart from if I just crept more instead of harassing. But my harass wasn't even bad, right? Like if you get the choice to creep an orange or harass the opponent's base and kill 6 of their workers, you know, killing 6 workers is pretty huge. But I feel like it just didn't end up paying off. I didn't reach level 3. He actually had like 9 peasants on wood to begin with, so the worker loss wasn't that huge from his side. Yeah, here I do get a pick off, but I mean, even huntresses can't really do anything when water elementals hit for, you know, like 50 damage.
Goddess, light my path. Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Like 1 water elemental is equal to like
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
4 or 5 footmen in terms of DPS against these hunts.
I stand ready.
And I just didn't have wisp detonates to stop it anymore. It's daytime, couldn't use the
Our sacred grove is being
fountains.
desecrated.
And he actually managed to get enough workers and wood supply that you could actually tower push. If he didn't tower push, maybe I still could have even done something.
Our
don't know.
warriors have engaged the enemy.
It's pretty tough. Mostly the Moonwell losses hurt a lot
Our
too.
sacred grove is being desecrated.
Because then I had to produce a bunch more here and couldn't get more huntresses. Yeah, he just has tons of footmen.
Your building is complete.
This has actually been my biggest struggle against human in general.
Our sacred grove
It's
is being
just
desecrated.
them pushing / harassing and getting lots of footmen. It seems so hard to defend unless you're actually massing tier 1 early on. Footmen get this reputation of being absolutely trash, or like they lose their effectiveness so quickly. But against elf, they're actually pretty powerful for quite a while.
Our sacred grove is being
Particularly
desecrated.
because of the water elementals behind them with level 3 Archmage. Because it costs a lot to get rid of these
Our sacred
elementals
grove is being desecrated.
if you don't have like Troll Shadow Priests, early Dryads with Abolish,
Your building is complete.
or you know, just tons of extra wisps, I guess. My detonates definitely weren't ideal, and I think I lost a couple wisps for like nothing. But you know, that's one of the other benefits of footmen is
Research finished.
sometimes it's hard to get those wisps in the right position before the footmen just kill the wisp because normal damage. And so many of them. And yeah, here I'm just like realizing I can't do anything. Towers coming up. So many footmen. It surprised me how many footmen he was able to purchase, or yeah, how many footmen he was able to add into his army while still having the ability to add a bunch of peasants and then tower rush and purchase a second hero and all that. So I kind of got caught off. The solution, I needed to just have more stuff early. I needed to not tech tier 3 as fast, get dryads or more tier 1. Let's go into game 2. So here I'm like, well, this sucks. I've lost 5 straight to human players in my group. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong with these archers. Yeah, I think archers by themselves are actually pretty weak unless... Like, it seems only strong if the human fast expands and doesn't produce enough footmen or defend in time. Or if they somehow don't reach level 3, which, you know, it is all stuff that's just their own fault, right? It's not stuff I can influence much. I can detonate wisp or detonate on elementals at big camps, but they should typically still be able to creep them. So they should get their levels, and
Your building is complete. Your building is
I just need to produce other units to actually be able to fight. Otherwise, they do those things where they harass my base, and archers just simply can't defend footies early on.
Building is complete.
Unless you somehow manage to get like level 3 keeper right away, like that can do some work, I guess. But even that is not super reliable, assuming the human has like dust, because they will just kill your archers in your base with dust.
I stand.
Unless you like run your archers way out in the middle of the map somewhere and you just fight their whole army with only your keeper. But then you're gonna lose moonwells, you're gonna lose wisps, you're gonna have to detonate wisps. I don't know. So that's why I kind of changed up my strategy here. So it was a little annoying he attacked my wisp there. But
Our warriors have engaged
yeah.
the enemy.
Essentially my wisp was a little bit late here and it was weak. I do bring it in. I crept that good. But I think he actually, yeah, he stops the wisp from detonating, which is pretty big for him. He gets 25 XP. I don't get the XP for the elemental. So, kind of a rough start so far for me. But I do have a greater mana potion, which helps a lot. I continually make the mistake of making a second Moonwell before Hunter's Hall. So then I have to produce more archers. It's not that terrible. I don't mind having a few archers. But I did kind of want to play more around with having huntresses right away. So here, I don't really understand why he went to my side of the map. I guess his goal is creep this separate and then creep this on my side and he'll be just about level 3. I think he should have got this camp at least on his side, since he was like, you know, right here. This seems like a free camp to just get really quickly. Get the item and the XP. Then maybe this makes more sense. Because then if he goes over here afterwards, and he gets this without trouble, or contests me and runs my archers away, and then gets this, he could get level 3 off there and then push in right after. So that would be strong. But instead, this doesn't actually get him level 3, I don't think. With just these Murlocs plus this. So from his point of view, I think this is not that great.
I stand.
Also, yeah, he can't really contest me that well right now with only the 3 footmen, no defend, and that's because of his tech. The tech's good, but he should he should have arrived here later.
Your building is complete.
So yeah, now he's seeing the error in his ways and he goes back over here. I forget if I get this water elemental. I think I kind of just walked past. I don't know if he didn't like show up on vision. I think I just didn't pay attention. But yeah, see, he would have been short on level 3. That's why I think he should have crept this first. And then afterwards, if he wants, he can try something here. Except now he would have like, you know, that 4th footman or something. And like an item, potentially mantle or something for damage, and I think that would help him a lot more. So instead we kind of just trade XP.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
We're both going to be level 3. I'm probably going to have better items. I mean, his items aren't terrible. Well, my items aren't really that great either. The lightning shield and mana potion are amazing, but the health is kind of whatever. Okay, so I did prepare for this time, for him to like push, but he actually just tower rushes right away rather than like harass. And I think that's because his level 3 timing was so late. But now I have 2 Ancient of Wars, I have 3 Huntresses plus 3 Archers. I'm still tier 1, so I have the ability to produce plenty of wisps. And I see him coming. So this is much better situation for me this time. And he decides to go Tinker, which is maybe a good choice. I don't know. I don't really know what would be the best choice against the Huntresses. And then here I try to disengage. My units are kind of running into each other. Yeah, I get my wisps out. I detonate most of the lore as well as 1 Ellie, and I think that was good enough. But as you can see, my Huntresses up front are still kind of getting owned. And he had a sentry ward to see the invis hunts, so I missed out on some damage. Overall though, you can see just having so much extra tier 1 this time helps a ton. However, he still killed quite a lot. Oh, and he went rockets, which was weird. I don't know why he went rockets and not like factory. Because level 1 rockets are pretty underwhelming for damage. And yeah, he just doesn't have enough for this. Like, he's killing quite a bit, but I have like level 4 keeper now, and the ability to continue producing wisps. I'm going to expand right after, so this tower push failed. Things I could have done better. I could have produced my tier 1 better and scouted better. My first wisp took too much damage, so I didn't get a Deto his Water Ellie. Although I don't think I would have even killed it anyways. So maybe it didn't matter. It was mostly just the fact that he got 25 extra XP for free. My second Wisp Scout on his side was a little off, or I just didn't pay enough attention to it. Huntresses were late. However, I don't mind the 3 archers in and then transition into huntresses. Like, it might even be more efficient that way in terms of how many units I have. I was, kind of prepared to stop his expansion if he expanded, stop tower push if he tower pushed, and then get into some sort of either straight up fight if he stayed on one base, or like maybe I expand and try to hit and run, which is doable if I get some zeppelins, or just break into his base with treants even is good enough. So I liked that a lot more, and it's something I want to do more against human, is get enough tier 1 and get huntresses, because even though huntresses feel so bad against level 2 elementals and rifle caster, they are kind of what you need to stop just pure footman stuff. Otherwise, pure footmen plus level 2 water elementals are also going to crush you, right? At least against the rifle caster stuff, you can do some other things like wisp detonates, hit and runs, picking some units off before they reach their critical mass, prevent tower pushes, prevent expansions. Like, there's a lot of upside with, a lot less downside, I guess. So that was my goal there, and I think it worked well. Okay, and then third game. And this is the map I was talking about. I got to put into play the one strategy I had been practicing a little. Otherwise, I didn't really practice much of anything. I also figured out you can rally point workers. So like right when it finishes collecting wood once, it'll go to the rally point after. So honestly, I wasn't sure how close this can be. I think you can have it like here. But, I mean, I'm fine with that. And yeah, I'm going tavern build. I'm not sure of the perfect timing of everything for the tavern build, but I like this timing because it gets you that extra wood early, which helps you get your second moonwell fast. And the second moonwell makes it so that right when tavern heroes are available, you can purchase your tavern hero. Plus it allows me to have this wisp.
The building is complete.
What was that? My 10th wisp, technically, because one is used up in Ancient War. Yeah, my 10th and 11 wisps can both scout, and I still got enough wood. I was actually 5 wood short for a little bit here, which was kind of bad. But generally, this is the idea. You can scout here, and then you get these wisps in position quick enough to see the human. So my goal here is to see if the human comes to my side. If he's coming to my side, or tier 1 tower pushing or something, then I don't creep this. I instead just creep one of the small greens or defend or whatever. Oh, and here I should have blocked this better. I had a wisp set up over there, but I kind of missed the timing. Yeah. I was like 7 seconds late or something. However, I do get my hero out and a detonate on the water elemental, which is 42 XP already and gives him a lot less tank ability. He just lost 200 health of tank ability, as well as let's say 2 or 3 auto attacks for like 40 to 60 damage or something. So that helps quite a bit for slowing him down and making his units take more damage. And since I do know he's there, like even though I didn't stop it as well as I could have, it means I get to creep my own side just fine.
Let the killing begin.
I forget if I tech here or not, or if I even wanted to. I think I actually just go Hunter's Hall plus, yeah, I go Hunter's Hall Moonwell. So I consider teching, but I actually prefer just being able to afford tons of units as well as expanding here. So this camp gets a ton of XP, especially with that water elemental I dead-toed. So I'm like in great shape right now. And then this camp actually gets me to level 3 already because of the water elemental. He decides to not go to his expansion. Like sometimes you'll see human, they'll creep like one of these greens, I guess, and then they'll send another batch of militia here and expand. Instead, he actually goes tech plus militia creep, I guess. Kind of weird, but it's going to get him like level 3. I do see him coming though. Get the detonate off.
Our warriors
I was a little surprised he started this creep and that he tried like pulling it. I don't think pulling works too well against this because the high priest just stays still then and heals. That's actually kind of bad. But yeah, I'm level 3 already, so I'm like, okay, if he's not coming towards me, he's obviously like creeping here or something, or backed off. So yeah, I see him creeping here and we get a fight. He does get level 3 already, but with Shadow Priest and my level 2 factory, I'm pretty comfortable with this fight. He does actually pick the factory off fairly quickly, but as you can see, I killed 2 footmen and 2 others were like pretty weak after that. Like the factory just does a ton of work pretty quickly. And I don't think he had defend yet. I don't think he's even getting defend because he's going rifles. And yeah, I'm like, now I'm sitting in a comfortable spot. I still haven't expanded or teched, so that was probably bad. It probably would have been better to do so rather than get a second Ancient of War. Yeah, I think the play is have my tech up sooner, not have the second Ancient of War, and like produce out of this Ancient of War sooner. So I probably could have still had like 2 hunts, but I also could have had an expansion like halfway done, or a third done at least. I don't know. Maybe even started my tech around now. Yeah, I think I saw him coming, whatever he was hitting there. I don't remember if it was a wisp or what. So I pulled my wisp back. That was really good. And I backed off a bit. He ends up also just backing off, and then I set up an expansion right after. Because I caught a glimpse of him walking away here.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
So, even though my expansion was late, it actually worked
Your building is complete.
okay, because he didn't get to harass it. However, looking at his army, if this was like halfway done already, maybe his harass... I think his harass would be able to kill it when it's halfway done. Or, you know, get a cancel. However, the damage I'm able to do to his army might justify that anyways. In the end, it worked out for me. But basically, it might have also worked out just as good having my expansion sooner. And then this worked out amazing. Got like Troll Priest and Rifle right away. Dispelled some elementals. Getting access to the Merc camp right at the start is amazing against Archmage. And keeping his rifle count low helps a ton. Yeah, he is going into rifle casters. So eventually it will be a little scary because it's hard to have enough damage to burst down rifles one after the other before your own stuff dies to slow plus water elementals, clap, bolt, etc. So like here, like he's coming in with one rifle, one berserker, a footman that can't even attack because has like no health. And he's against 2 priests, 6 archers, a berserker, and 2 huntresses. And he's actually like able to just about kill stuff and then just walk away. Like nothing. I guess he didn't technically kill the huntress, but you know, the fact that he almost can without, I don't think he even had a water elemental. Imagine if he had like his 1 water elemental there, that huntress very well could have just died. So it's kind of crazy, but he can't take a sustained fight against me. It's just that he can pick stuff off. And now I'm just in a great spot. I'm level 5 already, which is insanely quick.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
I have tier 2 halfway. I have expansion finished. I'm almost 50 food with the ability to break upkeep already. And my unit count is just
I stand ready.
high enough to where I can take drawn out fights. And my factory is a huge threat to him. So here I actually was planning to buy like a heal scroll, but I think it just didn't purchase it. Yeah, see, I clearly walk over here to buy it. I'm on the shop. I click the shop. Oh, I actually bought boots. I think I meant to sell
Our sacred grove
Gloves of
being
Haste
blessed.
as
Our
well
warriors
and buy
have
heal scroll,
engaged
and
the
then
enemy.
I ended up getting distracted by this. I did want the boots though. Getting your Tinker fast is actually pretty good. Especially with level 3 passive as well already. I think that's like 30% move speed from that too. And a fast Tinker is really good at just getting in here, dropping a factory, backing off. Okay. So the fight, his army is stronger than mine in this fight because this is just too much for my army to kill without spells. So essentially I'm kind of losing this fight a bit. But more importantly, I want to see this. See, this was my goal, is to just kind of have this fight prolonged and then have the factory do work. And this is why Tinker is amazing.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, here I think I lost 2 hunts already. Or hunt and arch. Yeah, I think 2 hunts, and he lost like nothing. You can see he's not even that damaged. Couple hundred damage on his Mountain King, and that's it. Whereas I lost like 2 hunts that may have had like 600 health. Got some archers damage. But yeah, the more important thing is this. I've killed like, what, 2 or 3 peasants already? Yeah, I think I killed like 4 or 5 peasants.
I stand ready.
Maybe 6 with that. 5 or 6 peasants. And that's just one factory tossed into his base. So that was my goal. Like, I kind of lost quite a bit here, but with an expansion and Merc Camp availability, I'm able to reproduce my army pretty quickly. And trading XP is super good because Tinker levels matter a lot. And here I just get to place another factory. I see he tries to kill the factory, I go in, get some damage. And yeah, my factory just goes back to doing work. It got like 4 or 5 robots out in that time. almost kills, or it does kill a priest, and it kills a peasant, weakens some others. This fight is starting to look a little bad for me now, but like I said, I have an expansion. Being able to just produce a bunch and get XP towards 6 is good enough. And yeah, now with Robo Tinker, it's just too much.